I took Weapon X to rank 5 primarily for Alliance War defense. However, lately I have been using him on attack a lot more, because he does have some pretty decent damage at this level, and also he's not as valuable as he used to be as a defender with all these OP tech champs like Nimrod and the new lady with the claws. Although he still usually does pretty well if they don't have an appropriate counter, and he still occasionally gets banned, so there's that. So today I decided to try him out against this Spot, because he is not the hardest defender once you learn how he works and can punish his specials. Yes, having an evade counter or someone who can purify the rupture debuffs does make it easier, but in this fight I just stuck to baiting and punishing his special 1, so he wasn't able to gain too many spots. And the other nice thing is his special 1 will place a buff immunity debuff on himself, which means he can't go unstoppable, so it's kind of like he doesn't have nodes. So the way I typically play Weapon X is I'll first drop 1 or 2 combos till I have at least 6 charges, but I want to make sure I stay below 10 because the heavy attack will double your charges as long as you're below 10. Then I can just drop a special attack whenever I'm ready to enter Berserk. So first I'm going to bait a special 1, which bases the buff immunity, so that takes care of the unstoppable. And just bait another one for good measure. But now I can actually go Berserk and just hit him whenever I want. Drop a heavy attack which gives me unstoppable, so even if I do miss or get hit, I can just block and or retaliate. And also whenever I get hit, I get the regen passive, which does heal 100% off the hit damage taken, and I'm getting even more because I have recovery. And his regen rate cannot be modified outside of poison, so even if you are running max despair, doesn't really help. And that is one thing I love about this character, is he is one of those few champs that actually can benefit quite a bit from taking hits. And it also does feed your rage charges, so you can maintain Berserk a little bit longer. And in this fight, Spot only triggered untouchable on what would have been my second last hit of the fight, but it was the first hit of the heavy which refreshed all the bleeds. So he did go untouchable, but I did not need to touch him anymore. Pause. Alright, so I have one more fight with Weapon X, which is going to be much faster, although it is Spider Supreme, who is extremely squishy. It's actually sad how small his health pool is. Although he can still be somewhat annoying if you don't have a good counter or you have to use medium attacks. Otherwise, you just have to wait out the astral form and I guess respect him a bit more. But still, it's fairly straightforward, and I do deliberately drop a medium attack, just because I felt like using mediums. I like having them in my combos. And either way, I do have to bait special attacks and wait for a certain buff to expire, so I can do that while he's in his astral form. And while everything is in cooldown, I can just drop that special 1, go Berserk, and just really start going ham. Not even caring if he goes unstoppable, although I did get a bit carried away, took some unnecessary damage, but the bleeds are just melting him and we finish him off with a 40k special 1, very much overkill. I mean, that's a third of his health right there. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with Weapon X, and I'm glad I'm getting more offensive use out of him, because he is more than just a defender. I didn't even talk about how he passively goes unstoppable whenever he misses or evades. Maybe next time.